Welcome guys and girls to the Main Event Podcast, the only podcast you need for all your weekly updates, news, information, rumours and entertainment surrounding the WWE.
As and 5 of your doses of fruit and veg?
Yeah.
All 5?
Yeah. As always, I'm Rizzo, and joining me today, as you've already heard, Arif and Imran somewhere in the background as well. How you guys doing?
I am here as well. I am back as well.
Yeah, it feels good to be back, I guess. I mean, it's not like anything special is happening or happened or will happen or won't happen or, I don't know. Stay tuned for Raw.
Awesome to hear that you're well. And we now move away from WWE Payback and head towards the more exciting events, starting with Money in the Bank, which is also this month. So as more news continues to be released, we are here to keep you up to date with all the happenings in the WWE in episode 29 of the Main Event Podcast, which is the 26th consecutive on my calendar. On Arif's, I'm probably guessing is 368th consecutive.
How did you know?
I just know how you work.
You have cameras in the house.
You saw them, did you?
Not that I'm in my house, I'm in the studio.
But yeah, the episode is up well in time. And as always, we're going to start the episode by thanking the fans and friends of the Main Event Podcast. We truly do appreciate all of your support, however you are showing it, whether you are tweeting to get people to tune in, or you tune in yourself, or whether you recommend. Any and all help is appreciated. And so hopefully your efforts don't go to waste. But again, if you do find any of us on Twitter or Facebook, don't hesitate to contact us. I'm already having some in-depth conversations with a few of our followers. And
you say this every week. Can we ask about the in-depth conversations?
In-depth conversations, I will say if you want, I can just load up a conversation. Obviously not give away too much because, conversations are private. But,
new segment on the show. Send me the link and then we will discuss the.
I can't say the link. This is my private.
We'll discuss the discussion.
This is my private Twitter. Otherwise, I would.
Well, then you'd have to do 2 voices, then, aren't you?
I would happily send you the link, but for this one, I can't. Basically, it starts with birthday wishes. Fair enough. We talk about Total Divas. Why have I opened this?
What?
Why have I opened this?
So this plummeted real fast.
Well, I didn't talk about Total Divas. I was just saying how bad it is. But this person was saying, no, it's good. We talk a lot about CM Punk. Yeah, so
do we?
Maybe Arif would probably be suited in this conversation more than I will. I don't have a lot to say. And we talk about Adam Rose. We talk about how this person misses CM Punk. It's 90% CM Punk.
Are you sure this wasn't just a conversation with me?
I'm pretty sure this wasn't a conversation with you.
Because that would make sense.
If it was with you, I probably would have blocked you by now, but I'm still having conversations with this.
No.
So yeah. But again, as I say, it is refreshing to see who you guys like. Obviously, in this case, CM Punk, and what you do enjoy, so please do get in touch. Our content, as you know, as you're all listening on different formats, isn't only available on YouTube. Those of you that use iTunes on a regular basis, perhaps downloading our episodes off the iTunes store is a better option. As much as we enjoy the views, we also want you to download the episodes. BlackBerry users, you too can check us out if any of you still use BlackBerry phones. In your store area, wherever you can download podcasts, check us out. If we're there, I've actually not checked. Podomatic.com. I've actually not checked. I don't know anyone with a BlackBerry, so I can't ask anyone to check. You can't blame me. Podomatic.com, we also upload our content there, and Stitcher.com as well. Yeah.
Stitcher.com / chairs, tables, and ladders, but in that order. You have to add the in that order.
CLT. Nice.
It's a CLT.
But yeah, on Stitcher.com / chairs, ladders and tables, you can add our podcast to your playlist and listen to us on the go.
In that order.
In that order. It has to be in that order. And if that link doesn't work, you can blame Arif for wasting your time. We have now also got it should be up, I should say, within 24 to 48 hours. Our podcast is on the, the Windows Store. If any of you use Windows phones, you should be able to download our episodes there and listen to us on the go as well. But yeah, as I said, we love the views, but downloads are equally as important to us, whether it's 100 listeners, 5 listeners, 3 downloads, 70 downloads. We do this because it's our passion anyway. So Thank you to all of you. Remember, you can contact us in a variety of ways as well, anywhere and every way possible. You can like us on Facebook at The Main Event Podcast, follow us and send us a tweet at TME Podcast. I am using that a lot more now. I am always active on that because I've managed to connect that to my phone somehow, as well as my own. So yeah, you probably won't miss a thing. Over there, we will give latest updates in the WWE, because here we can only give you it weekly. There, as news breaks, I will send tweets out, articles and all that fun stuff. You can send us an email
Make
at...
sure you send them back.
Pardon?
Make sure you send the tweets back to Rosa, because otherwise you'll run out of tweets.
Exactly, and I'll have to make them up on the episode. You can
Exactly.
send us an email at tmepodcast@gmail.com, and if you want, you can visit our website, www.tme-podcast.com.
Podcast with a P.
You can visit that. So yeah, please do get in touch for anything you want WWE related, and hopefully you do stick with us on our journey to become a top or even a recognizable WWE podcast. Right then, we do have a packed show today, and rightfully so, with Payback now in the books. An eventful Monday Night Raw, to say the least. And obviously we can't forget the second NXT special takeover, which will be discussed in a short while. And as you know by now, the usual reviews, news, discussions, all that sort of stuff. But let's get right to it now. No more time wasting. Back with the best review of the worst wrestling show that WWE brings to us every single week. It is Imran with his Friday Night SmackDown review.
Yep, and SmackDown opens with a really catchy theme tune. I liked it. But the sirens go off around the arena as Cesaro and Paul Heyman make their way out of the to the ring, with Kofi Kingston already in the ring. Looks like we're gonna get our first match of the night. And yep, we all knew how this one was gonna go. It's an opportunity for Cesaro to show what he's capable of. Don't get me wrong, it was a decent match between Cesaro and Kofi, but Cesaro's win was never in doubt. And to end, he even hits a neutralizer after the match. Backstage segment now with Renee Young, and she is with Bad News Barrett, who tells those who think that his title reign is in any jeopardy at Payback that he has some bad news, because he is fighting RVD, and all that he has these days is his pathetic hand gestures and his past.
What?
And that the English...
Bad News Barrett does the hand gestures himself.
I know.
BNB.
Yeah.
Does it?
It's bad news. We all love him. And that the English have never been afraid of the Irish, especially Sheamus, who walks around with the US title, which is one country compared to his Intercontinental title, which is the most powerful empire in the whole of WWE. Cameras are back in the ring as the Shield make their way out. Seth Rollins, Rollins, sorry.
You still said Steph, so...
It doesn't really matter.
Fair enough.
I'm
Basically.
getting
Oh,
better.
1 minute. Hold on. Oh, remind me for Raw.
Okay.
Remind you...
Just remind me this.
Okay.
Just
do
remind.
this.
Just remind me. I'll remember.
This.
Remind me. Definitely remind it.
Will do.
Where Rollins says what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But in the case of the Shield, they are already stronger, angrier, hungrier, and more focused. Dean says the match at Payback is a no-holds-barred match, which means anything goes, and we will just see how low the Shield will go to beat Evolution. He tells Evolution to bring their best because the hounds will be off their leash, and it's going to get really ugly. Seth again, and he says that the match is elimination, and he will go for Randy Orton and then go for Batista. So it's going to go from a 3-on-3 to a 2-on-3 to Triple H being circled by the Hounds of Justice. Reigns, and he ends by saying that they're going to torture Evolution with kendo sticks, chairs, break barricades, and every announcer table in the arena. Believe that, and believe in the Shield. United States Champion Sheamus versus Intercontinental Champion Wade Barrett is hyped up. And also tonight, we also get a last man standing match between Jimmy Uso and Bray Wyatt. Surprising for SmackDown. But now I get to my team match. Tamina takes on Paige. And as I clicked the kettle to boil my water, Alicia Fox came out. And that's when I stopped making my tea. Because, yep, Alicia Fox has been so randomly entertaining. And she was entertaining in this match. She was walking around with the Divas Championship, taking selfies with announcers, posing with fans, dancing with the titles. And then Paige won the match and I finally had my tea. Backstage segment with Renee Young again. And this time it's Sheamus, as Renee Young brings up Sheamus' match with Cesaro at Payback. Sheamus goes through the history of the feud, says Cesaro made the situation worse by making it personal, and Renee Young hypes up the big champion versus champion match.
History of
later
the
on tonight.
feud. It was going on for like a week.
Hey, do not doubt JBL.
Oh, it felt like this promo was going on for a week.
Yeah.
But yeah, but she hypes up the match by making it about the titles instead of the superstar, saying it's the United States Championship against the Intercontinental Championship. Sheamus laughs and says he was never good at geography, but he knows a bit about physics, and when his bro kicks hits Bad News Barrett, his teeth will be knocked out. And that's not bad news, that's good news, fella.
That's also not physics.
But it's Sheamus.
That's Sheamus physics, exactly. What do you expect from him? Come on.
Call 1-800 fella.
Now, back in the ring, and Bo Dallas comes out. He cuts a heel promo saying that he is still undefeated since his WWE debut, 2-0.
2-0.
Nope, it's not. No, Dallas. Remember last year when you debuted at Royal Rumble and feuded with Wade Barrett? Yep, it's not 2-0. Anyway, he tells everyone to believe, and Bo Dallas goes 3-0 by getting a win over Xavier Woods, and then hugs him after the match. Then we got another match where a little man in a child's Bulls costume beat a decent superstar. I hated this bit. Yep, El Torito got a legitimate win over Jinder Mahal.
So he's beaten all of 3MB.
He's not really a legitimate superstar, though.
Yeah, fair enough. I think Torito's
Jinder
not
Mahal-
really a child, is he?
Yeah, true. No. Imran didn't say he was a child. He said he was a small adult in a
Yes.
child suit.
Yes, but how did he get the win?
He
Yeah, I know, it's
he's
stupid.
beat Drew McIntyre last week. So
As in Drew, I was more annoyed at Drew
Yeah.
McIntyre.
so as in anything can happen.
He was a chosen one.
But it just makes it worse. Oh, God. But next, we got the champion versus champion match with Paul Heyman on commentary. And Paul Heyman, absolute genius. So this match was great. But the whole match itself was great as well. It was very back and forth. Great chemistry between Barrett and Sheamus. But a bro kick ended the match. Sheamus grabbed Heyman after the match, but didn't do anything about it, really. And next, it seems like today really is the Renee Young show, because we're backstage yet again, but this time with the Usos, or the Uso and the Mirror, because there's only one Uso, isn't there? Who says that today it's his first ever last man standing match against Bray Wyatt.
Probably his last
And
as well.
he says something about a rule book, a corner, being crazy, having his Uso and a park. I didn't quite catch it, but the promo sounded awesome, nevertheless. Next, we got another match, Titus O'Neil versus Big E Langston. Well, Big E, sorry. But Rusev came out, has Lana say something in bad English. Big E got the win, obviously, and they both just had a competition of waving their flags.
Flag waving match. Money in the Bank bucket.
Exactly. Then
Match.
the match we expected to be on Payback, guys,
Yeah.
was on SmackDown. Adam Rose took on Jack Swagger. And the match itself was a bit gimmicky, with Rose skipping around the ring, offering Swagger his lollipop, and it ended with Rose getting a surprise roll-up for the win.
Yeah, but when you look at
3 points to Imran, 3 points to Rosa.
when you look at it, when you look back at Payback, do you actually think this match would have benefited the card in any way? I think,
No.
apart from a reaction in the entrance, I don't think I missed the match too much if it happened at Payback.
I didn't, especially watching this match. It was just a gimmick match. But now the main event, last man standing match, Bray Wyatt versus Jimmy Uso. And considering Bray Wyatt has a match against Cena days away, Bray Wyatt struggled. It was very, very balanced. Jimmy Uso came across very strong, and Bray Wyatt, you watch this and you think, what does he have to do to beat Jimmy Uso, let alone John Cena? I did not like this. You're supposed to make Bray Wyatt look strong to sort of legitimize him against John Cena. Well, Super Cena. but it ends with Bray Wyatt going for a powerbomb, but it's blocked. Jimmy Uso kicked him in the face. Jimmy then nails a backsplash onto Bray Wyatt while Bray Wyatt was on the barricade. Bray Wyatt struggled to get up, and it was at the count of 9 Bray Wyatt got up. The Wyatt family attacked Jey Uso. Jimmy Uso went for a super kick on Harper, and then finally on Bray. And Bray hits his sister Abigail on the floor to win the match at the count of 10.
I think the only thing I'd say to that, though, is no one really watches SmackDown. It's not really got the... No, genuinely, it's not got the viewership that Raw on the pay-per-view will have.
Yeah, right.
So I think it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, he got the win, and that's what people will see.
Yeah.
If they watch it,
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
but even if they read it, or even if they just see the last 2-3 minutes of the match, at the end of the day, you got the win, and that's the main thing.
But I have to say, the Usos look great on SmackDown.
They're really good wrestlers.
Mm.
They are. They were great promos.
It's
They were
literally like Rikishi split in two.
Yep.
What did you think of SmackDown, Arif? Or if you didn't watch it, what did you make of SmackDown through the review?
SmackDown seemed like every SmackDown. It didn't really add too much, in my opinion. But hey, it's SmackDown at the end of the day. I mean, thank God we're not doing NXT reviews, right?
What?
What?
Just wait till next week. Got a whole NXT segment coming up.
Main Event Podcast NXT edition.
But yeah, for me the highlight was Paul Heyman, and the flag waving contest was pretty good.
No! when Big E came out.
Isn't me or Rusev really puts a lot of effort into waving that flag? A lot.
He really does.
He really does. Yeah, it looks like Big E actually puts a lot of effort into waving that flag from left to right compared to Rusev, whereas Big E, slight wave to the right, slight to the left.
Just wait till the pay-per-view. They really go for it. They really went for it.
Actually, talking about that, there was a bit of a contest on NXT Takeover as well.
Oh, God.
Takeover.
Do we have to...
You listen to SmackDown, so NXT Takeover should seem a right treat for you.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I'm getting called into the office by the boss. Gonna have to just...
Hold on, Arif. I am the boss around here.
Yes.
You.
But...
Imran, tell us
your office.
what happened at
Wink, wink.
NXT Takeover, the second special.
The second special, and what a special it was. Well, first off, we got Adam Rose with the Rosebuds defeating Camacho.
I had no idea he was still under contract.
Camacho! Hooray!
Yes.
Is that the end of the review?
No, but guys, this is where it kind of heated up with the WWE NXT Tag Team titles on the line with the Ascension. They essentially defeated Kalisto and El Local. What did you think of that, Raza?
So who are the tag team champions? Hold on.
The Ascension.
The Ascension.
Okay.
What do you think of the match?
The match itself was good. I'm liking the look of Kalisto, and the fans are behind him with the lucha chants as well. But obviously, I think everyone expected the Ascension to win. Kalisto and El Local wouldn't win this early. I think the only time Ascension are going to drop the titles is when they're on the verge of hitting the main roster. I don't see that for quite a while yet. I hope they do, but yeah, I enjoyed the match, and Ascension, one of the best teams in the entire WWE right now.
Why is NXT just a glorified X division?
What's the X division?
The X division is high flyers, lucha libre style, a lot of moonsaults, a lot of top rope drop kicks, a lot of Sami Zayn's, a lot of...
Well, yeah, if you're saying that, we probably got the best at it in Sami Zayn.
Yeah, no, I agree, but it still is. It's like a completely different show to how the WWE is.
I don't know. You still got your powerhouses, your brawlers, but
you got a wide
if you
mix.
talk about indie stars, there's a lot of indie stars. Kalisto, Sami Zayn's.
A whole two of them.
all two of them.
all two of them. To be fair, there aren't that many. But yeah, all two of them. No, I understand.
AJ Neville, yeah. Sami Callihan.
But talking about Sami Zayn, we got
Enzo Amore. Big Cat. Don't forget that.
We got a number one contenders match for the NXT Championship. Sami Zayn versus Tyler Breeze. And Raza, the match. How was it?
First off, I like to say I love both of these superstars. Both of them. Tyler Breeze is...
Was Dolph Ziggler on NXT?
No, he wasn't. Tyler Breeze getting a lot more attention than...
Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, but Tyler Breeze getting a lot more... He's more relevant than Dolph Ziggler right now, I'll tell you that. He's a lot more relevant than him.
Yes.
I think... I don't know why, it just felt like the result was the right one, because
Really?
the further they're keeping Sami Zayn away from the title, the bigger I think of a superstar is going to be. I don't know why, it's just one of those odd ones where as hard as he tries, he can't do it.
NXT isn't the main event though, is it? So at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure they'll probably push him to the main roster and push him quite well.
Exactly.
Over there.
I think he's going to be one of the superstars who won't win the NXT title, but he'll be big on the main roster regardless. But as you said, the match, I can't fault it. I think apart from the ending, which did seem a little botched, I don't know if it was, maybe that's the way they were going, I enjoyed it, and obviously that's what you expect with Sami Zayn, and Tyler Breeze really good in the ring as well. So, really entertaining match.
Yeah, no, the ending surprised me. I thought it was a good way of kind of losing, but not quite losing for Sami Zayn.
Exactly, that's been the story so far with it, with Cesaro. So close so far, he just can't finish it off.
How did Tyler Breeze win?
He hit the beauty shot. As in, it was a low blow, it seemed. But
What's the beauty shot?
it's a super kick, basically. Kind of a super kick.
So, okay.
Yeah. Yep. But then after that, we got Lana coming out to the stage with Rusev with a Russian flag. Lana talks about Russia and how it expanded over Europe, become the next superpower. Rusev is expanding over to Raw and SmackDown. And then she mentions Vladimir Putin. Then everyone's favourite Mojo Rawley made his way out with American flag.
This fool.
Mojo Rawley speaks from the stage. He says he's heard a lot of hype about Russia, but in USA they stay hyped. He says it's time someone came to the ring and shoved the flag up his Putin.
That's actually really good.
Mojo rushes to the ring, but Rusev lays him out. Rusev applied the accolade, and then Rusev crushed. Then he applied the accolade again on the ramp, and that was end of the segment. Then Paige came out. She talked about being the Divas champion, talked about being the NXT Divas champion as well, and how we're going to crown a new champion. It's either Ric Flair's daughter Charlotte or Bret Hart's niece Natalya. So it was good hype into the next match, where Charlotte defeated Natalya to become the new NXT Women's Champion. Raza, what do you think?
Woo! Match of the night, right there.
Really?
Match of the night. I can't remember the last time I was into a Divas match like that. I've never seen that on the main roster for God knows how many years. And if there's one thing the main roster Divas should do, is look at that match, and that's how you wrestle a match. Fair enough, you granted 3 minutes on Raw and SmackDown, but that is what a Divas match should be. I can't fault it in any way. Obviously, credit to Natalya, she's experienced, she's a veteran. I don't think she carried Charlotte. Charlotte was fantastic in the ring as well. But I can't fault that. Really, really good match. Surprisingly, for me, in my opinion, the best match of the night.
For me, having Bret Hart in the corner and Ric Flair in the corner as well, it added so much emotion. And seeing Ric Flair break down at the end,
that's the thing.
I mean, it felt like the passing of the torch, if you wish. And for a Divas match, this was huge.
Flair was really into it. I just thought Bret Hart, he wasn't as...
No, Raza. Bret Hart finds it difficult to express emotion.
No, as in like he didn't cheer his knee song. I know.
Yeah, but that's just how he is. He can't express emotion. He's always been like that.
Fair enough. As I'm not faulting him for it.
I remember at WrestleMania when it was him against Vince. He was like, "I know you Hart Foundation. You got your money in advance," and it was like, "I don't no way."
But yeah, I'm just saying.
We're gonna bury the hatchet, Sean.
Ric Flair made that match a lot better emotionally.
The bridge.
Yeah, it was a great match.
Water under the bridge.
That's what he's for.
But the big NXT title match, we saw Tyson Kidd take on Adrian Neville, and still the champion was Adrian Neville. And this match, for me, was the match of the night.
Oh, what a finisher, Adrian Neville.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's another high flyer, but hey, who cares?
Probably the best high flyer in the business right now, if you
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, there are quite a few in NXT.
Yeah.
But he's probably,
But
Makes
main eventing NXT equals jobber on main event.
I don't know. I think Edge was going to be a hit because fans like high flyers, like
But then how
spectacles.
far will they actually go with him? That's the
Do
problem.
you know what the thing with Adrian Neville is? The thing I worried about him was him being from Newcastle, his accent. But I think for some reason the fans understand him really well in America. It seems
Yeah.
like anyway, judging by the crowd reactions, he can wrestle. We know
Boy,
that
hey mate,
he can
Yodi like.
he can talk on the microphone. I think he's clear on the microphone. He's not a quick talker. He's not a slow talker. The fans understand him. Fans always get behind him and everything because he's that
Hello,
good.
John.
What did you say?
Okay.
Or I thought you said something inappropriate. Then never mind.
And I said hello, John.
Oh.
So what
I
do you-
think with Adrian Neville though, you could see WWE trying to keep him on NXT for quite a bit.
I think they
And
need
to
to
be
because he's
champion.
carrying it. Whereas Sami
Yeah.
Zayn needs to go to the main roster.
Yeah.
What will he do on the main roster though?
Well,
Apart from a
look
couple
at
of
Bryan.
matches, like, do you honestly think you can see him as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion?
A couple of years ago, I probably wouldn't have. But you can't rule anything out right in today's WWE.
Oh, okay, yeah, but like, come on. If people like Dolph Ziggler
No,
can't become the face of the company, then I really don't think Sami Zayn
I don't
can.
think he becomes the face of the company, but obviously...
no, but hold on.
Sorry.
Hold on, Cesaro, he stood up, he's shining with his talent.
I think there's a difference though, because for every Cesaro, there is obviously a Daniel Bryan as well. But for every Daniel Bryan, there's 100 other John Cena's, Randy Orton's, Batistas, Triple H's. At the end of the day, size matters in the WWE as much as we say it doesn't. The fact that Daniel Bryan became the champion is a massive anomaly.
Hmm.
The fact that he is now, as in, like, I really couldn't see someone like Sami Zayn, especially now when there's only one title, being the main champion and being the face of the company.
That's exactly what I was going to say. The only problem he has is the fact that the titles are unified. If they do separate them again, I will...
Oh, world heavyweight
Yeah.
title, easily.
Easy. But as in, I'm refusing to rule out that he can. Back in my mind, I probably, okay, fair enough, he won't be WWE World Heavyweight, but as a fan, you've got to keep that faith in it. But with WWE, it's probably a stupid thing to do, keeping
Never
the
keep your
faith.
faith in WWE.
But yeah, I like the match. As in I say, probably, yeah, match of a contender, but I expected that from Adrian Neville and Tyson Kidd.
Yeah.
That's why I picked Charlotte on the tie, because that surprised me a lot more. But obviously, a fantastic match. Tyson Kidd, so
Well,
underrated. I think Tyson
like
Kidd,
the whole
the most underrated superstar in the WWE by far. It's a shame he can't talk, but most...
See, now that's not fair, because then you've got people like Dolph Ziggler. And I know I keep bringing him up, but he's also underrated. I think he's more underrated.
I think Tyson Kidd's a better wrestler.
What?
Yeah. I think Tyson Kidd's a lot better in the ring.
Tyson Kidd actually is, yeah.
As in, that's
Then
my
why
opinion.
is he on NXT? Losing to Adrian Neville.
He can't catch a break, honestly. Then again, Dolph Ziggler can talk. Tyson
You
Kidd
can't catch a cold.
But yeah, I as a whole, I enjoyed Takeover. A
Oh,
lot.
that was a Jerry the King Lawler joke.
In Manchester.
No, Takeover was awesome, and this pay-per-view or special event, now that it's called, really ignited like my love for WWE again.
Until
Until Payback.
Oh god, I guess it's time for the review.
I'm looking forward to it.
I mean,
So man.
I guess here we go. WWE Payback live from Chicago. That you wouldn't know it. I mean, it's not like there were chants for a popular former superstar throughout the night.
Here we go, Tunga.
Nope, that didn't happen. The kickoff show kicks off, get it, with Josh Matthews hosting the pre-show panel along with his guest, Booker T, Booker T's son Kofi, and the ever-present Alex Riley. They talk about the upcoming event and Imran and Reza's predictions for the matches. So without further ado, shall we get on with the main event?
Yes, I think you should.
Yep.
I don't think we should, actually, because we're still on the kickoff show. Mask versus hair match. Quick reminder, Imran went for Hornswoggle to eliminate Torito's mask, whereas Reza went for the Bull to remove 3MB's mascot's hair. The combatants come out and El Torito noticeably has his tail reattached. Surgery obviously went well. Back and forth match between the two Goliaths, as JBL says. And he correctly states that this is truly a memorable match. As in, I really can't remember it. Fans chant for tables. Typical comedy antics. El Torito gets cheers and chases 3MB with them. Hornswoggle attempts a moonsault but misses before Los Matadores and 3MB take each other out on the outside. Hornswoggle takes off El Torito's mask, but What's this? Another mask? Torito with the springboard moonsault take the win and Hornswoggle's hair, giving Ruzza 3 points.
Yes.
Hey, it's an early
Good
lead
start, good
after the
start.
match. After the match, we get typical antics as Torito starts to rudimentally shave his opponent's hair. Back to the panel, and Ryback versus Rhodes are added to the pay-per-view. A match that neither of you can get points for. Hooray! We also get Bo Dallas versus Kofi Kingston announced, meaning that the show is going to be pretty stacked tonight. Do you know what we'll do right now? We'll do the predictions for Ryback versus the Rhodes Brothers. So, Imran, can I have your prediction, please?
The Road Brothers.
Okay, Rhodes Brothers and Ruzza.
I'm going to have to go with Ryback.
Ryback for Ruzza, okay. And Bo Dallas versus Kofi Kingston, Ruzza.
I'm going to say there's no match.
No match, okay. And Imran.
I'm going to say Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Kingston, very good
Bo
shout.
Dallas going to lose for the first time.
Yeah,
Bold move.
undefeated streak that was already broken last year is broken now. Or the year before. And guys, it's finally time for Payback. Right.
Yeah, sorry. Yay, Payback.
Hey.
There it is. And just like that mixed reaction there, Sheamus also comes out to a mixed reaction. He's followed by Paul Heyman, who gets cheered in Chicago. CM Punk chants begin as Heyman states that he's here to advocate for a Paul Heyman guy, before stating that he isn't here tonight, as he's over at the United Center watching the Blackhawks game. I know that was a little bit Kermit the Frog, I'm sorry. And just as the Blackhawks will be getting their streak broken, Heyman states that Brock Lesnar ended The Undertaker's streak at WrestleMania.
Oh.
He finally introduces Cesaro, and out comes the Swiss Superman for the US title match. Guys, what did you think of this match?
I thought it was great.
Yeah, I agree.
It worked really, really, really well. Really impressed by both of them. I just thought ending was a bit.
Yeah, it was expected. Well, let's get to the review of it. So, we do get a fantastic match between the two. And I've lost where I am. Here we go. 1 second. There we go. It's a fantastic back and forth contest with huge uppercuts from Cesaro and 20 beats in the bar rig from Sheamus, which sadly gets counted to 10 twice from the crowd. But they prove they can count to 20 when they chant along with Cesaro's swing. However, it's short-lived, as Sheamus rolls up Cesaro out of nowhere for the 3 count. Heyman looks shocked, but it's obvious that both Ruzza and Imran didn't, as they predicted this and received 3 points each for their trouble. It's 6-3 to Ruzza.
What? I'm sure Imran picked Cesaro.
Nope.
Oh.
Sheamus. Both went for Sheamus. Rhodes Brothers versus Ryback is up next, and as we just added this, and I just realised you probably watched the pay-per-view. Oh, shame on you. I'm sorry, I'm not going to give any points away for this contest. It's a short match that sees 2 attempted disaster kicks from Cody, but eventually a modified shell shock from Ryback for the win, which was basically just a fireman's carry into a backdrop.
Yeah. But I guess it looked cool.
Yeah.
As in, get in that from the disaster kick to the shell shot.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
That bit was good, but the actual move was a bit off.
Yeah.
Cody looks dejected, and this is the moment where I genuinely thought that he would finally turn on his brother. But alas, this isn't to be, as the WWE is in a mood for going against the trend these days. Cody instead states that Goldust deserves a better tag team partner than him before leaving the ring. Still 6-3 to Ruzza. Rusev versus Big E is up next. Out comes Lana, who states that America is pathetic. She praises Vladimir Putin again before bringing out Rusev, who comes out furiously waving a Russian flag. And I mean seriously furiously. I mean, nobody could wave a flag more furiously. Why do I say things that I know won't be true? Out comes Big E with the American flag, and it's being waved even more furiously.
I couldn't believe that.
That was ridiculous. It's like he had furious intentions. The 2 big men collide before the accolade stops Big E in his steps. Rusev wins as both Ruzza and Imran get the points.
Yeah.
9-6. 9-6 to Ruzza still.
Boo.
Kofi Kingston versus Bo Dallas up next. And I love Bo's entrance and his energy. However, we don't get to see Bo in action, sadly. as they're interrupted by the big red machine, Kane. Bo jumps out the ring as Kane destroys Kofi before Bo comes back into the ring and tells Kofi not to worry, Kofi. I love it. Next, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. It's RVD versus BNB. Another decent match that's back and forth between Barrett and Rob Van Dam. But Barrett wins with the bullhammer. And both Imran and Raza went for the BNB in this match, meaning the scores are now 12-9
It's a good
to Raza.
good streak at the minute.
It looks like the streak is forever going and not ending. To be fair, I think you've got every single match right so far.
Yes.
And the only one that Imran missed out on was the pre-show match, so it'd be a shame if you lost because of that.
Actually, he did take off the mask, but...
No, but
That is a very good point, but he didn't get the win.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
the commentators did say
Technically.
he has to pin
Unlucky.
El
I
Torito.
don't remember that.
Do you know what? You should have told Hornswoggle because he didn't know either. He had no idea.
He
He
didn't.
just kept going for that mask. Okay. On our screens next is a video package on Stephanie McMahon and Daniel Bryan, outlining the road that got us to Payback. Stephanie comes out to huge boos before thanking everyone with a warm welcome. She calls out Bryan, and he duly obliges, coming out to the ring with his wife and titles in hand. Stephanie tells Bryan to do the right thing before a loud CM Punk chant kicks in from the ruckus crowd. She mentions him by name, stating the fans want the GOAT to quit just like CM Punk did. However, Brie quits before Bryan can hand over his titles, before slapping Stephanie in the face. This causes Mrs. McMahon-Helmsley to run away shocked, and I guess Bryan is still the champ? Rizza predicted this one again.
Yes.
15-9. Can I bring up something that I read as well online after this is when Stephanie ran away, it appeared that she may have possibly urinated herself. I'd like to put these rumours to bed because she didn't. It was obvious that she didn't.
How do you pee and then it comes at the back of the...
As in, the idea, I think the idea is, look, the dress looked quite tight at the back, so I'm guessing the idea was they thought that she just urinated herself. But I mean, if you watch her come out to the ring, and I rewound this just to have a look, you see that she's got that stripe down the entire back, which is like a different material.
The lighting, the way it hit.
Yeah, it's just, that's all it is. It's ridiculous. As in, she must have, if that was the case, then she would have peed herself before the segment, and then she walked out to the ring.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I did find it funny watching it back with more intent, I guess. After Bree slapped Steph, there was a moment where Stephanie looked down, and then Bree looked down, and then Bryan looked down, and then I thought, oh my god, she did pee herself, but no, she didn't.
That's the force behind that slap really caused
imagine
shockwaves.
I wouldn't have been shocked.
So can you just remind us? Can you remind us of the score, please, at the end of the Bryan?
So it is 59 right now.
Wow, what a streak! What a streak!
But something may happen.
Okay.
I guess
here we go. John Cena versus Bray Wyatt, guys. It's the last man standing match. Wow. The Wyatt family make their way out to the ring for this one, as the crowd cheer excitedly for the monster and his crew. Out comes Cena to boos as the bell rings, and this match begins. The Wyatts surround the ring as it dawns on Cena that this is no disqualification. Seriously, did he not realize?
Exactly.
Why? But his loneliness is short-lived as the Usos come out to help their brother in arms and even the odds. Cena versus Bray. Here we go. Sister Abigail to Cena before an attitude adjustment to Bray. Both are unable to keep the other man down. Rowan comes in to attack Cena, but the Usos take him out. Harper comes into clean house for leaping through the ropes onto the outside. Uso number 1 then hits a huge corkscrew to the outside onto Harper, Rowan, and Uso 2. Cena takes a chair shot by Bray, but eventually moves before attacking his opponent with the same chair. He brings in a table into the ring, but gets put through it by Wyatt's suplex. An amazing visual occurs, with Wyatt standing on steel steps in the ring, conducting the crowd to a whole world in his hands. Cena eventually takes Wyatt out to the floor before launching the steps out of the ring, clocking Bray in the head. This was awesome to see. They eventually fight outside the ring again before Wyatt is taken down with the AA. However, before the 10 count, the Wyatt family return to help Bray up to his feet, causing the Usos and Rowan and Harper to fight on the outside as Uso number 1 takes Rowan through a table with a booty move. and Harper suplexing Uso number 2, superplexing, Uso number 2 through another. Nice. Cena gets taken through the timekeeper area through by a wicked crossbody from Bray. This only gets a 7 count for both men. They fight up to the technical area as Bray gets attitude adjusted through a production box. And then Jericho, Kane-like, where Jericho dropped a massive container on Kane to keep him down. Cena drops a massive box over the top of Bray and stands over him for the 10 count. Never give up. Cena wins. Guys, what did you think of this match?
I think, like, this, for some reason, to me, I feel like this last man standing match was more realistic than previous last man standing matches we've seen in previous years, because previously, I don't know if it's just me, but I noticed everyone gets up regardless of what, but whereas in here, right from the start where he hit the Sister Abigail, Cena, just about managed to get up, and that I think was the trend.
But he never gives up.
He never gives up. Obviously, we saw that.
As the towel at the end says, you can buy that towel now at www.shop.com.
I think the finish people won't like.
Slash the Main Event Podcast.
But I prefer that finish over a clean finish that Bray Wyatt doesn't get up.
Well, no,
but then it didn't even look like he could get up.
But like, as in, what would you rather see? That where he threw a container on him so he couldn't get up, or a clean attitude adjustment last man standing victory in the middle of the ring?
I think it would have looked better if you could actually see him struggling underneath the boxes, but he looked like he was just motionless. But yeah, sorry, Imran.
No, but the thing is, with this match, it was totally gimmicky. It was a gimmick match, and that gimmick went straight on to the end because it was that standard Cena gimmick finish, and I hated that. That. I thought it would be a bit more realistic. I thought this storyline brought out more of a grittier John Cena, more of a realistic John Cena. And that's why I was excited to see this match. I thought it would be a different last man standing match, but no, it was a standard AA to finish the match, and then a bit of a gimmick. I was let down by the end.
I think it's wrong for us to expect anything else from John Cena matches anymore. I understand it's good to pretend that it'll all be okay, but like a lot of his matches these days are just gimmick endings. It's a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
But this is his legacy, and that's where Rosa gets the points.
That was a key factor. It's a gimmick. He was always going to win. The streak is ongoing.
18-9. And it's time to cool down with the Divas match. Paige versus Alicia Fox. And Paige hits a Scorpion Crosslock for the win. After the match, another fit is expressed by Fox. And why shouldn't she be annoyed? Imran and Rosa both predicted this. 21-12 to Rosa. Wow. So...
I got some points at least. I'm coming back.
Yeah, of course.
Not enough,
finally,
obviously.
Yeah, finally we get to our main event match of the night, and it's Evolution versus The Shield. No holds barred. Now, I currently understand that Rosa is winning by a fantastic margin. So I decided to make this match worth 10 points. So if Imran's pick wins, he'll beat Rosa to the post with 22-21.
Oh, Arif, did you get my text?
Yeah, I did. And I also got Rosa's off a new number, which is weird. Apparently he changed his opinion as well. So let's go, shall we? Mm-hmm. Evolution make their way out to the ring, a la Blue Teaster, before the Shield comes out through the crowd. The match starts the mass brawl, eventually leading to Evolution methodically taking out each member of the Shield separately. Roman Reigns gets the brunt of the damage, being hit with a triple powerbomb through the Spanish announcer's table, and then gets draped across steel steps before being repeatedly hit with Singapore canes in some sort of initiation procedure? Maybe. Check out Raw. Reigns gets taken out to the entranceway as Ambrose and Rollins return, the latter of which jumps off the Titantron onto Evolution.
Incredible.
Finally, they all return into the ring as Batista hits a spear on Rollins. He goes for a Batista bomb, but Rollins rolls out of the way before spear, bagel, spear, bagel. Reigns takes out Batista. Rollins gets the pin, and that's it. 3v2. Yep, that's right. Throughout the entire match, only now has a pinfall occurred. Orton hits Rollins with an RKO, but then Reigns breaks up the pin at 2, and Ambrose returns, hits the Dirty Deed onto a chair for the pin, and we're down to 3v1. Just as the Shield predicted. Shield versus Triple H. Just to remind everyone, Imran did actually go for Evolution for the win, and Reza went for Shield. Let's see what happens, shall we?
Let's.
Triple H low blows Ambrose, but gets clocked by Roman Reigns and his Superman punch. Orton slides Triple H's sledgehammer as he decks Ambrose, but then gets staggered by Rollins and spear by Reigns, Michael! Again, Michael! And the Shield win. And Reza wins.
Did we have...
31-12.
I'm sure wasn't there extra points available for who pins who?
Yeah, but you picked Reigns to pin Batista.
Oh, so close.
You were wrong.
So close. So close. But I think the key thing here is...
Yep, I guess with that, it must be left to Reza. Any words on this amazing victory, predicting every single match correctly?
Andy Bright segment, let's not forget that.
All right, well, don't.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on. Come on. This is a big...
okay, you have a minute to milk it. I will count this.
I would like to thank Imran for being a decent challenger. Congratulations on your 12 points, I think it was. But yeah, as in, I was confident heading into the event. I'm confident I'll walk out the winner of Money in the Bank, and I look forward to the forfeits, Arif, if you may take it away from here.
Yeah, well, just to confirm, Imran, you have to review Caitlyn versus Maxine from NXT 2010.
Play by the way, please.
Oh yeah, full commentary.
Yes.
Oh,
Introduction to pinfall. Every move, play by play.
Every move, play by play, and it'll be one of those reviews you could watch it along as I go through the review.
Yep, basically mute it and he will commentate it.
Yep, as Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah.
Yes, as someone kindly pointed out.
Puppies! Ooh. As well as this, you have to watch Knucklehead, the Big Show.
What? Really?
And pull out a full review.
Ouch, these forfeits hurt.
Well, Zane, it's either that or you sing, like, a full album.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
don't sound so bad now, do they?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Arif, as you reviewed it, what did you think of the Payback event?
I enjoyed a lot of it, but there were certain aspects of the show, for example, the lack of Adam Rose, the lack of a tag team title match. Obviously, the Usos and the Wyatts were integral to that entire story. But I would have liked those matches instead of the Bo Dallas Kofi Kingston debacle where Kane just came in and I just thought it was pointless. Things like that. I would have liked more of a storyline sort of aspect. But yeah.
Imran?
Personally, for me, after watching NXT Takeover the night before, the main roster had a lot to prove, and for me, it really didn't do it. I didn't like the pay-per-view at all. I thought it was horrendous.
I think it's a good job it was on Sky Sports, not Sky Box Office for us.
Exactly. Yeah, I would never pay for this rubbish. But yeah, it I didn't like it.
I agree with both of you.
At all.
It wasn't that great, but obviously that leads us on to Monday Night Raw live at the Bankers Supply Fieldhouse, Indianapolis, Indiana. And welcome everyone to tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw. We begin the post-Payback show with the arrival of Evolution. Triple H starts by...
Evolution is mystery.
Can't believe I forgot that. Arif, will you please be my sound man, please?
Oh, you don't have to ask anymore. I'm already there.
Triple H starts by saying that it's always darkest before the dawn. He says that it's funny that the Shield think that they have won and think that it's over. He said that the WWE Universe doesn't get it and that he never loses. He is a winner and always will be, and that this won't be over until the Shield are no more. He says that it happens that tonight, then Batista just cuts him off, grabs the microphone, and Batista says he doesn't want another match with the Shield. He wants his one-on-one title match that Triple H promised him.
Sick of this. Sick of this.
Triple H says that there is a reason why he is the leader here and he is the boss. It's because he can see the bigger picture and that there is a plan. But Batista interrupts again and says that he doesn't care about his plan. He says he has earned a one-on-one championship match and he wants it tonight. Triple H reminds him that Daniel Bryan is injured and can't compete, and he says he can't give him a title shot tonight and that Batista would probably choke in the match anyway. Triple H apologizes to Batista and says that things are a little stressful around here right now and asks Batista if this is how he wants to be remembered, as the man that couldn't beat the Shield. Triple H says that it ends when the Shield are no more, and he tells Batista when this happens, he will get everything he wants. Nobody is getting anything until that happens. Batista says he understands, and he quits. Triple H tells Batista to get back in.
He does the wave. He does the wave.
Yeah, like the Queen.
Queen's
He
wave.
does the Queen's wave as fans
Oh,
boo.
so good.
He exits the ring, and Triple H shouts at him, asks him if he's going to run back to Hollywood. He criticizes the film is going to flop. I'm sure Marvel appreciate
Don't come back to me when your film flops.
Exactly. And he goes, once that's finished, he will never be brought back, as Triple H throws the microphone away, and the commentators don't know what the hell is going on. We do go to the announcer's desk as they give their opinions on what just happened. Then they remind us what happened last night between Daniel Bryan, his wife Brie Bella, and Stephanie McMahon. Back on Raw, Sheamus and RVD in the ring. They are in tag team action against Cesaro and Intercontinental Champion Bad News Barrett. A decent match where Cesaro and Sheamus lose. What happens there? Cesaro
and Sheamus.
Cesaro and Bad News Barrett. My bad. Cesaro and Heyman obviously left.
You're bad.
Cesaro and Heyman left the ring. It was 2-on-1 against Bad News Barrett. But yeah, RVD hit the 5-star frog splash for the 3 count. Back on Raw, my God, this is why you make me do the Raw review, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Damien Sandow walks out.
Well, no, it wasn't Damien Sandow.
I'm saying he walks out as Lance Stevenson.
It was Lance Stevenson.
He says that he is Lance Stevenson, a
See?
member of the Indiana Pacers. This is going to be painful. He says that we all know that the Pacers season has come to an end, and that with all his free time, he is out here for a few reasons.
I really like Lance Stevenson. He seems like a really integral member of the WWE roster.
He says the first is to say that LeBron James is the greatest player of all time.
Oh, huge boos.
Number 2 is that the Pacers are a losing team in a losing city.
Oh, huge boos.
And as an act of charity, he will now give a public display of his abilities. Sandow then gets the basketball and over-dramatic moves of the basketball.
He didn't even bounce the basketball.
A few crossovers here and there.
No, he tried. That's Lance Stevenson. He's not very good at basketball.
Yeah, let's not dwell on this too much. He's cut off by the music of the Big Show. Big Show makes his way to the ring. Sandow asks Big Show if he has game, and then challenges him to a game. Sandow tosses him the ball.
It's not Lance Stevenson.
Lance Stevenson tosses him the ball and acts like he is guarding him. We even get a little parody of what happened between Lance Stevenson and LeBron James where he blew in his face. So
Yep, that's it. That's the one.
Yep, and Big Show tossed the ball into the gut of Lance Stevenson.
Lance Stevenson.
Hits him with the weapon of mass destruction, the KO punch. Then he dunked the ball into the basket and left the ring as Lance Stevenson is laid out on the canvas.
Well, to be fair, Reza, it could be worse for Damien Sandow. We could come out and be shouting, "Behold, the power of magnetism."
It's a good job he didn't do that. It's a good job he's not a rapper either, in red sweats and grills, trying to rap.
These references are going over my head. I'm sorry.
You need to watch Main Event.
Yeah.
Actually, don't watch Main Event.
No, it doesn't.
Kofi Kingston vs. Bo Dallas is next. The inspirational Bo Dallas grabs a microphone. He says there's only one reason why the Miami Heat beat the Indiana Pacers. Can you guess why that is?
They didn't believe.
No, Heat. Everyone in the Heat believed.
No, I don't believe in the Heat.
Bo Dallas connects.
Which means that by elimination, the other team didn't believe.
Exactly. Which is their own fault if you look at it. So Indiana fans, it's your own team's fault, I guess. You didn't believe. So yeah, you're out. But yeah, Bo connects with the Bo Dog for the 3 count, and you're winning by pinfall, Bo Dallas. After the match, Bo embraces Kofi and tells him good job, but Kofi shoves him away. Bo leaves the ring and heads up the ramp. We go to the back where we're seeing a lot of Renee Young in the last few weeks. She's waiting on Triple H.
Renee Young.
As I like to call her, Lover Girl.
Lover Girl herself.
Stephanie comes out of Triple H's office and says Triple H is busy, but if she wants a scoop, she's about to head to the ring and make a statement about the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. After the commercial break, we are joined by Stephanie McMahon as she makes her way to the ring, and she says last night Daniel Bryan
the Queendom,
showed his true colours.
where the kings bow down.
She says he chose himself over everyone else because he won't surrender the title. She said that the WWE Universe deserved a fighting champion, and that Daniel Bryan knows that, but he decided to let Brie take the fall. Stephanie said that Brie should have been fired weeks ago when she put her hands on her. She says that she was patient with her and got a slap in the face for her troubles. And obviously it resulted in other things if you believe that. Stephanie says that she is tough, she is a McMahon and will live. She wonders how Daniel will cope knowing that Brie doesn't have a job because of him, and says enough about Bryan, she's here to talk about the title. She says that Bryan will defend the title against Kane in a stretcher match at Money in the Bank, but if Bryan can't compete, then the Money in the Bank ladder match will be for the title.
Boo.
She is cut off by, you'll be booing a bit
That
louder.
is not a Money in the Bank ladder match. It's a ladder match.
Exactly, but you'll be booing louder when you hear she's cut off by John Cena, who makes his way to the ring. Stephanie says that people like him as much as they like her. She congratulates him on his win against Bray Wyatt. Cena thanks her.
No, that's the thing. Let them speak.
But says that they haven't seen the last of Bray Wyatt. Cena says that he doesn't get tired of hearing the WWE Universe every week. Very loud, let's go Cena, Cena sucks chant by the WWE Universe. Cena tells Stephanie to let it go because it's best for business. Cena says that the title picture has gone out of hand. He says he speaks to her as champion and he knows what it takes to win and lose as a champion. Cena says like Bryan, he had an injury that forced him to give up the title. Cena says that the WWE Universe deserves a fighting champion, and Stephanie says like him, but Cena says no. No one person is bigger than the championship, as Stephanie agrees and trashes Bryan a little more. Cena starts talking Bryan up and says that he's really good. Cena tells Stephanie that the WWE Universe can be as loud as they want for whoever they want, and that every time Bryan is in the ring, he proves that he is championship material. Cena goes on to say that Bryan beat him fair and square for the title and Stephanie took it from him, and the reason he relinquished the title is because he knew he would get another shot. Cena said that Bryan is afraid he will never get another shot because of how she treats Daniel Bryan. Cena said that Bryan is afraid that he will... Yeah, I just said that. Stephanie said that Bryan is a B-plus player and can't physically compete in the ring. Stephanie said that she will do what's right for business. Cena said that he and Triple H both have had surgeries and had to give up their titles. And, Stephanie has had surgeries as well.
Oh, no, we're going to lock that one away in the chest.
Cena says that's best for business. And she has let personal gain get in the way of business. He said that Stephanie has made an embarrassment of the title and out of herself. Cena says that rating her 1 to 10 based on how she has performed.
With 10 being
10 being the best, obviously,
and 1 being put your CV on Job Builder.
Yeah, he gives her a 0.
Oh well, don't even put your CV on that.
0 meaning that she sucks. He said the WWE Universe give her a 0 as well. Stephanie says she doesn't care what everyone grades her. Stephanie said that she is going to give Cena an opportunity tonight, and that Cena will go one-on-one with the Demon Kane, and that match is right now. Kane's music starts up, and he does make his way to the ring. After the commercial break, this match begins. Back and forth a bit. Kane is all over Cena towards the end in the corner with punches and knees. The referee counts to 5. He's disqualified, so John Cena is your winner. After the match, Kane drags Cena to the outside. He whips Cena shoulder first into the ring steps. Kane takes apart the steps, sets Cena for a tombstone on them. Cena fights out and shoves Kane shoulder first into the ring post. Cena picks up the steps, throws them at Kane. Referees come out, separate Cena and Kane. Cena makes his way to the back as Kane lays on the outside. Kane then does get back to his feet and tosses the steps, away from where they are, and tears up the announce table in frustration. Then he gets onto the ramp and makes his way to the back. I had no idea why. I don't know what's going on with Kane. I don't think he's going to have the title match, if I'm being quite honest. Mm-hmm. We go to the back where Lover Girl is with Randy Orton. Orton says that things got heated earlier and Batista took his ball and went home. Orton says that he and Triple H are still on the same page. He's still the face of WWE and he will prove it when he beats Roman Reigns later tonight. That match is official. Back on Raw, El Torito and Los Matadores are in the ring. 3MB make their way out onto the stage. Slater says that with a little bit of patience, Hornswoggle is back and better than ever. He introduces him and Hornswoggle comes out with an afro wig on. Los Matadores...
Oh no, it's Darren Young.
It's Darren Young.
Yeah, it wasn't Hornswoggle.
Oh, right, my easy mistake to make. Los Matadores will be in action against Heath Slater and Drew McIntyre of 3MB. Diego of Los Matadores rolls up Slater from behind and pins him for the 3 count. Your winners by pinfall.
Olé!
Los Matadores. Back on Raw, Nikki Bella makes her way to the ring and it looks like she's in handicap action against Oksana and the crazy Alicia Fox.
This just makes no sense. Like, it still says Bella Twins.
Yeah.
If you're going to get rid of her, change it.
But yeah, Alicia, as you can tell, they dominate. Alicia Fox connects with a kick to the gut, followed by a scissors kick for the 3 count. So yeah, your winners, Alicia Fox and Oksana. After the match, Alicia picks Nikki up and dumps her to the outside. Alicia runs to the ropes and celebrates her victory. Oksana and Alicia
Great.
attack Nikki on the outside. She hits a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker and tosses her into the barricade. Yeah. Then we go to the back, onto the Titantron anyway, where we see Eric Rowan and Luke Harper next to Bray's rocking chair. Harper said that tonight they take up Bray's charge. Tonight they will make sure the Usos suffer and that they will pay for what they did. That retribution won't be felt until they are put down. They will not spare the flock and they will suffer for their misdeeds and they will burn. Cameras then turn to Eric Rowan and he tells everyone to follow the buzzards. Not heard that one in a while. Back on Raw, Zeb Colton and Jack Swagger are in the ring. He talks about illegal immigrants and said they are taking our jobs.
Sneaking across our border.
He tells everyone to rise and put their hand over their hearts and say, "We the people." Cue Adam Rose and the Rosebuds as they make their way out to the ring. Rose goes one-on-one with Jack Swagger. Towards the end, Rose hits an atomic drop, followed by a swinging neckbreaker. Rose charges, hits the party foul for the 3 count. Your winner, just like on SmackDown, Adam Rose. Thank you. We go to the back where Byron Saxton is with the Usos. The Usos says that last night the Usos had a blast. They might be beat up, but they aren't down. So they say that they're going to handle their business tonight. They'll do whatever it takes to win before doing some weird, crazy, I don't even know what it was, just grunting, I think. And they walk away. Back on Raw, we are joined by Luke Harper and Eric Rowan minus Bray Wyatt. The Usos made their way to the ring for this tag team match. Usos versus Rowan and Harper. A good match, to say the least. Rowan connects with a sit-out gutbuster for the 3 count here. Winners by pinfall, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper of the Wyatt family. Back on Raw, Alberto Del Rio is in the ring. He will be going one-on-one with Dolph Ziggler in the first Money in the Bank qualifying match. Del Rio catches Ziggler and locks in the cross arm breaker. Dolph can't hang on and he taps out. Your winner by submission, Alberto Del Rio.
Fantastic.
Back on Raw, Ryback are in the ring. They will be in tag team action against Goldust and a partner, Cody Rhodes, hand-picked. Obviously, tensions, everyone's excited and the partner was Sin Cara.
Cody Rhodes did not pick Sin Cara.
Obviously not. But yeah, Axel hit the McGillicudder, but I don't know what the hell he calls it nowadays, and he covers for the 3 count. Your winners by pinfall, Ryback.
He calls it the axe drop.
He calls it the axe drop.
He calls it the axe handle.
Back on Raw, Lana makes her way to the stage. She starts to talk, but is cut off by a very loud USA chant. She tells the WWE Universe to stop their chants, which is weird as she's American. She says that
Stop chanting!
She says that America denies their heroes. In Russia,
America denies heroes.
That's not Lana.
It's Lana.
In Russia, they honor their heroes and worship them.
In Russia, we honor heroes.
She then mentions Putin. Lana says that Putin has given her the okay to honor the super athlete Rusev. She then introduces him. Rusev comes out, as I've said, furiously waving the Russian flag. He's in a suit as well. Well, formal clothing, let's say.
Rusev Putria. Rusev Machka.
That's pretty good.
That was very good.
I'll give you that one. That was pretty good. Yeah, so they made their way to the ring. Lana tells Rusev to stand on the podium and tells the WWE Universe to show some respect to Rusev and stop
What was this?
the USA chants. Lana says that we are going to witness Rusev getting the Russian Hero Award. That's what it is. Rusev is then awarded the Golden Star Award. They then put the Golden Star on Rusev's huge neck. Rusev grabs a microphone and starts to speak in Bulgarian. Then Lana grabs the microphone and says, "Long live Mother Russia and long live Rusev."
I like this segment. I thought it worked very well for Rusev.
I thought it was fantastic.
Quite well.
It was very Kurt Angle-like with the gold medal.
Basically, she just tells the universe to rise and show respect to the Russian national anthem, which is played as confetti falls. Good touch. Back on Raw, towards the end now, Roman Reigns makes his way to the ring with his partners, Dean Ambrose.
Very towards the end, like 5-6 minutes left.
Seth Rollins in tow. Reigns will be going one-on-one with Randy Orton. Before the match, Dean Ambrose grabs a microphone before Randy Orton comes out and he asks the WWE Universe how they look. Ambrose said last night they did exactly what they said they were going to do. They eliminated Evolution without losing a member of the Shield. Seth Rollins took the microphone and says that last night the Shield adapted while Evolution perished. Earlier tonight the whole world saw the implosion of Evolution and that the reason Evolution perished is because they didn't work as one, unlike the Shield. In the end, they were just 3 strangers standing on the same side of the ring. Roman Reigns on the microphone that they weren't brothers and the Shield are brothers. Reigns tells Orton to get out there so he can break his jaw. straightforward there. Randy Orton comes out with Triple H into Triple H has a sledgehammer and a microphone.
Evolution is a mystery.
Seth Rollins rolls out of the ring and grabs a chair, and Triple H says
Even the odds.
what he does better than anybody is that he adapts. Triple H says that last night was plan A and tonight is plan B. He says there's always a plan B, and I don't know what to say, but Seth Rollins blasts Roman Reigns with a steel chair over the back. And just as we saw the implosion of Evolution, the Shield imploded on Monday Night Raw.
There was a moment as well where Rollins hit Reigns with the chair, and then we got the camera on Ambrose, and you could just like in the Simpsons episode where Lisa breaks Ralph Wiggum's heart when he chooses her. You see the moment where his heart breaks. It's like
online I read
that moment for me made
the
whole angle. Because I expected Dean Ambrose to be doing this.
Exactly.
But no, it was Seth Rollins.
What was good is
even then though, I expected Dean Ambrose to maybe crack a smile and then help, and then
exactly what I was going to say.
Reigns by himself, but now it's weird.
Interesting. But yeah, what happened is that Seth Rollins then hit Dean Ambrose with a chair. He sold it like he was getting shot at the back, didn't he? Really well. But yeah, he then hit the curb stomp on Ambrose. Rollins grabbed the chair really and heads out of the ring. He handed the steel chair to Randy Orton. Orton grabbed it, got inside the ring, and hit Reigns over and over again. He's got some fantasy of ripping off Roman Reigns' vest, hasn't he? Mm-hmm. Again. And he showed off the bruises of last night, and why not give him a couple more tonight? Hits him with a steel chair over the back again, picks Reigns up, hits an RKO onto the steel chair. Triple H and Seth Rollins, who I presume is the new member of Evolution now, both get into the ring. Triple H, Randy Orton and Seth Rollins stand over a fallen Ambrose and Reigns as Triple H mouths, "I always win," as Raw goes off the air.
No one gonna... Nobody?
Well, I mean...
No?
What?
No? Remind me! This is the segment where you have to remind me.
I reminded you.
How?
Just now.
Well...
I reminded you that you need to be reminded.
Triple H picked Seth Rollins because he thought it was Stephanie McMahon.
That's what you wanted us to remind you of.
Yeah.
I guess it was worth it. Okay, before we talk about that finish, that final segment, quick recap. Majority of the show, for me, not so good. Final segment, brilliant.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't think Bray Wyatt was missed a lot, thanks to Luke Harper, who was fantastic in the short few words that he said. I think it built up Bray Wyatt as like, he can't believe this actually happened. What's happened to him? They had to SmackDown as well. The biggest disappointment for me, Alberto Del Rio, who has no fans whatsoever, makes the Money in the Bank ladder match over Dolph Ziggler. But
he's a good wrestler. He just has no direction.
Dolph Ziggler is somebody who needs to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, unless you're going to put a guy like Cesaro.
We will talk about
even
that.
Just as one of the spots, Ziggler can do so much in that match, even if he's just there for the sake of being there.
But yeah, for me, I'd give that a 3.5. Guys, what did you think of it? Very quickly of the show.
Me, honestly, I had no interest in this week's Raw. Like, this whole week of wrestling, it's been very, very down. I mean, NXT TakeOver, again, was great. But Payback was awful. Main event, awful. SmackDown, awful. The majority of Raw, awful until the last 6 minutes, which flipped that around. Out of everybody, Seth Rollins is not who I would have picked. But he makes a perfect pick to be part of Evolution. And what a turn. I thought it was amazing. I loved it.
I mean, last week...
I loved that one angle.
Last week,
the whole week.
We talked about a potential new member of Evolution. And we talked about the general feeling was, what was it? Sheamus.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did mention that he needs to be a future star.
Yes.
And we did say, as in obviously it was a wild card pick, that could be Roman Reigns. So I think we were quite close. Not close enough. But I think Seth Rollins is perfect because obviously unpredictable. Fans are always complaining that WWE is too predictable. But yeah, as in the other thing you got to consider is that WWE magazine did kind of give it away, although it was Dean Ambrose. So you got to think, are Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose going to stay together any longer?
So they've had cracks in the past, but one of the other reasons why I didn't like Payback was because obviously I picked Evolution to win the match against Shield.
Obviously, we
but
can just
losing-
remind them that I won that. Yeah.
Yeah, losing. Oh, I hate you. Losing 2 on the trot makes Evolution look a bit pathetic. Really makes the big faction kind of like end on a low, and like I didn't like that because these guys are supposed to be elite superstars, future Hall of Famers, losing to the Shield again. But what a way! They didn't actually lose. They got Seth Rollins. They evolved. They got better, and like honestly, it's what a way to kind of like reinvigorate like the storyline. It's going to be awesome now.
The only thing I'd like to ask you guys now, the point I'm trying to make, the point I was going to bring up is, where do these 3 superstars go? Where are you going to take them now? Let's make this into a little bit of a segment. Let's look at each individual superstar. The three members of the former members, I guess, of the Shield. We'll start with Dean Ambrose. Where do you see him in the next couple of years?
Dean Ambrose.
From this point now, forgetting everything that's happened in the past, from this point now, where do you take him to make him great, basically?
From now, I think he will stay with Roman Reigns for a short while. I wouldn't rule out...
What will they do, though? What in what sort of capacity?
I think,
tag team? Or?
I think at Money in the Bank, what I expect either to be Reigns and Ambrose versus Rollins and Orton, or Reigns and Ambrose versus Evolution in a handicap match. I guess because obviously it's too early for Reigns to be in the Money in the Bank, so I think this is a good way for him to get his back at Rollins as well. But with Dean Ambrose, I'm not ruling out a heel turn later on. What I think is Dean Ambrose in the next few years, he's got the potential to be the champion. Will he become it? I don't know. But I think for me, Dean Ambrose is going to be one of those guys who is, a tweener in the middle. Fans are going to love to hit him, like a Bad News Barrett. He's going to be...
Well, you know what? Like, I disagree with that because Dean Ambrose makes an amazing heel.
I agree.
Him as a heel, he could be like, the super heel that CM Punk was at one point.
No, but my point...
Randy Orton was at one point. He can be that. The fact that he doesn't have any real gimmick apart from his craziness is perfect for a heel.
I understand. My point was, he's going to be the super heel you want, but fans won't boo him. Because right now the trend is to boo the heel. To cheer for the heel, sorry.
No, they would boo him. They would boo him.
I don't see that happening, unless he does something.
He's a very grounded, very real, very hated.
Gritty. Yeah.
Gritty, yeah. Gritty is a good way of putting it.
Gritty
You tell
heel.
by his in-ring style, he's very gritty. But,
That's what he's like in the ring.
personally, for me, the big question mark on all 3, like on one of the 3 was Seth Rollins.
No,
like,
we'll get to him. We'll get to him. Just Dean Ambrose right now.
Dean Ambrose, yeah, he's going to be great. Like he's still going to be part of the Shield for now, but we've seen the cracks form in the Shield before between these 2 members now. It's going to eventually lead to the breakup.
So I guess the natural progression is to move on to Seth Rollins. Where do we take him now? Where does he go?
Seth Rollins is going to be...
by his side?
Seth Rollins is obviously playing the role of Randy Orton for when Evolution first arrived. So he is going to be taken under Triple H's wing and turned into a massive star. Genuinely, he's going to be the world champion one day. He can talk. Probably one of the best wrestlers in the company right now. And I just think with Triple H in his corner, Triple H obviously likes a lot of the independent stars. He has the experience of being a champion as well. Obviously, out of the Shield, he's the only one who's held the world title in Ring of Honor as Tyler Black. So I think that experience that he has will help him. For me, right now, going to be a big heel in Evolution. In a couple of years' time, he's going to be world champion.
For me, with Seth Rollins, there's no doubt about it. Great in-ring style, great in-ring competitor. But for me, from the 3 members of the Shield, this was the one guy who had the big question mark. Would he actually be the world champion? Would he? Because we know Roman Reigns is going to be a world champion soon. Dean Ambrose probably will be as well. But
Yes,
Seth
as a heel. I think with Rollins, it was always just will he just always be an Intercontinental champion?
Yeah, but with Seth Rollins, it was like, the WWE kind of dropped the ball with him. They're not. Triple H, Randy Orton, part of Evolution, goes back to the foundation of Evolution. They're going to make him into a big star. He's going to be an amazing star. He's gonna grow. And this guy was the first ever NXT champion. I think it's a perfect and fitting way for probably the next a future W World Heavyweight Champion.
I think it comes down to Triple H. As long as he doesn't drop the ball on it, which we know they are famous for in the WWE, it could work. I don't see any reason for it to fail.
This is a huge thing. Triple H taking somebody under his wing. It's a huge thing to do.
I mean, it's not like he tried to do that before with Drew McIntyre.
Exactly.
Anyway, Roman Reigns.
Easiest one out of the three, isn't he? He's guaranteed world champion. Simple as that. Right now,
You might hate me for this. Don't get me wrong. I love Roman Reigns. Like I'm one of those who be on the internet praising Roman Reigns every single week. But he's starting to feel a bit limited with his talking on microphone. Like he is growing, but he still feels slightly limited.
I think the thing with him is that he doesn't need to talk a lot. Right now, anyway. Obviously, he will need to when
He uses very short bursts on the microphone that I think get the point across a lot better than Seth Rollins or Dean Ambrose does.
I think it's because
I'll be honest with you. I enjoy his promos or his sections of the promos a lot more than the other two.
I think it's because he looks such an imposing figure in the ring that
of course.
you're already interested to see what's going to happen. Look past the talking. He's like...
Oh, definitely. Like, the short bursts do come across very well. But say if he's in rivalry, like, say, John Cena, like, how would that storyline progress? How would he be able to, like, cut a promo?
Give him a manager. Brock Lesnar did it.
Brock Lesnar cannot
He's
talk.
going to need a manager. He's going to need a manager, but...
Well, no, he doesn't need a manager. So for a feud with John Cena, he doesn't need a manager. Cena can do all the talking, and then Reigns just takes him out once in a while. That's all we need from that. So, guys, finally, in regards to the three members of the Shield, set a date on when you think they will become world champion. What month of what year? So we're going to go Dean Ambrose first. Riza?
Dean Ambrose, what year are we in?
And the pay-per-view, basically.
2014. I'm going to say by the start of 2016, January 2016, by then.
By Royal Rumble 2016.
By Royal Rumble 2016.
Okay. Imran?
I'm going to go with 2016, but after WrestleMania. So it'll probably be like May, June.
So like around the pay-per-views that we've had now, basically.
Yeah.
So Extreme Rules. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Seth Rollins.
End of 2015, by December 2015.
Okay. And Imran?
By the end of 2016.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And Roman Reigns, I guess the easiest one.
WrestleMania 31, really, isn't it?
Yeah, most likely. Imran,
WrestleMania 31.
Yeah, thought so. And I guess that's basically where we think the Shield are going to go. I mean, you can always, ladies and gentlemen, you can always email us, send us a message on Facebook, Twitter, or Google Plus, or Carrier Pigeon, or via the Flu Network, or any way you want to contact us. I'll give you Rizal's home address. It's 123 Fake Street. Go and visit him and ask him in person. And if you agree or disagree with us, then that's up to you, but I don't really care.
Guys, I think it's time to move to the news now. And we'll start with Vince McMahon again, obviously carrying on a little from last week where he mentioned how much he lost. There have been a lot of stories floating around how much money Vince McMahon has lost. Last week we mentioned it was $842 million before WrestleMania, but Forbes have reported last week that the figure is in fact $750 million in the past 2 months.
No, it's slightly better.
Slightly better, I guess, but yeah, it's still a huge chunk of money to have. Talk about last week's Monday Night Raw, not the one that we talked about today, but last week's. It was one of the worst rated shows they've had. 3.59 million viewers for the Memorial Day edition, and that's without American football against it as well, which is, I don't know, I think it's because of the Miami Heat and Indiana Pacers NBA playoff game. But yeah, the hourly breakdowns, hour 1, 3.54 million viewers, hour 2, 3.86, hour 3, only 3.41 million. WWE finally started work on a new Randy Savage documentary as well for a DVD release, so I reckon that'll probably be...
Ooh, macho man!
That'll probably be released on the network as well, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah!
At this time, the plan is to repackage Tyson Kidd and transition him into a new masked wrestler gimmick.
God.
Kid has already had a mask designed by a Lucha Libre mask designer. The company thinks that Kid is a very talented performer, but the feeling is that, and I agree completely, he can't do anything as Tyson Kidd, that name. I think this is due to the way he has been booked previously.
So what are they going to call him? El Torito?
No idea, but at the minute there's no confirmation that he will be pushed as a Mexican performer, but the mask is a Lucha Libre mask. So then again, it's better if he's Mexican because he doesn't need to talk.
Yeah, true.
WWE officials are reportedly upset with Roddy Piper.
I love you, Natalia.
WWE officials are upset with Roddy Piper again. Roddy Piper mentioned on his podcast, which I'm sure you don't listen to, and on social media that he doesn't like Legends House and how he was portrayed. He also made comments regarding Pat Patterson on a recent DVD release as well. So they're upset with him on that. The latest issue of Star Magazine, they're reporting that David Otunga's plans to come back to action at WWE are probably not going to happen because of his fiancée Jennifer Hudson, who isn't happy about it. The article notes that she's...
Don't you think you gonna wrestle? Don't you think you going back? What do you think you're doing?
The article notes that she is fuming on the thought of him going back to WWE out of fear that he won't be spending much time with their son, David Daniel.
What do you think David Daniel gonna be without his father? And you on the road all the time with all the women.
Anything else?
That's it. No, baby, please. I'm a lawyer, baby, please. I don't know.
Independent wrestlers Willie Mack and Kevin Steen are currently going through the WWE background check. Once that is complete, they will be scheduled to go to the medical testing, and once that's complete, if they've passed, they will then be offered their deal from the company. Right now with Kenta and Prince Devitt,
What a quality wrestler.
they are expected to be coming to Orlando in August. There could possibly be delays in work visas, medicals, or other issues, but they are expected to be in the WWE by August. Rey Mysterio's WWE contract was set to expire last week, but Vince McMahon renewed it for a year. This is due to the fact that WWE contracts are allowed to be frozen in the event of injury, since Mysterio has missed so much time during the course of his deal due to injuries. WWE felt that Mysterio owed them time, and that is being renewed till May 2015.
Huh?
Yeah. As of this writing, or me saying it, WWE's Money in the Bank pay-per-view on June 29th will now only feature one multi-person ladder match for a shot at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which I'm sure Arif dislikes.
Or
While no one has been officially decided as the winner yet, if you don't want to hear me, Arif, please put your fingers in your ears.
my fingers are always in my ears.
How'd you hear that?
Go ahead, please.
No one's been officially decided as a winner, as in I don't even know who's going to be in it. In the match, the front runner is said to be Cesaro. Cesaro has been set for a big singles push. He's soon to become the number 3 babyface in the company behind Cena and Daniel Bryan. If and when he wins the Money in the Bank ladder match, he will go on to successfully cash in and become to be World Heavyweight Champion. He won't be one of those to fail. Alright, if you could take your fingers out now.
What one of those to fail? The only one of those to fail.
The talk backstage after NXT TakeOver was that the show hit a home run. The entire roster was at the taping, and they watched the show on a large screen in an auditorium on the campus, so they seemed to be quite into it. With NXT Arrival, that did so well, and TakeOver was a huge success as well. Triple H said on the post-show that they would do one show every quarter, therefore you're looking at 4 shows per year. He also stated that the next live special will happen around the end of the summer or early fall. Bray Wyatt is expected to be a full babyface by the end of the year.
What?
While Wyatt has been getting a strong positive, great reaction there. While Wyatt has been getting a strong positive reaction from live crowds, WWE hasn't completed a babyface turn, as you can tell what he did with Jerry Lawler and stuff. The deciding factor for this, if he turns face, will be when he works with his next opponent, someone other than John Cena. That's because everyone who faces Cena gets a mixed reaction whether they're a heel or a face.
Who do you think you'll face next?
It's interesting because I think as much as people dislike Cena, I don't know why, that was perfect for Bray Wyatt to elevate himself into a serious competitor. So I don't know. I think whatever happens now, he'll downgrade. Obviously, whatever the feud is, Bray Wyatt will keep it fresh,
No, I think what will end up happening though is Bray Wyatt will be by the end of this feud, Bray Wyatt will be the main eventer that we all wanted.
Exactly, but who do you think? I can't give you a straight answer.
Natural progression suggests it'll be someone like Daniel Bryan for the title, but then if he faces Bryan and he loses, it's a bit.
I don't know. As in the WWE, you have your certain levels of superstars. You got your John Cena, Daniel Bryans. There aren't many big stars like that yet. They're still being made.
That's
Cesaro,
actually so true. That's so
Roman
true.
Reigns. So whatever happens, he's
And a
gonna
lot of them are heel. A lot of them are heel. So Triple H, your Randy Orton's.
exactly. I'm actually interested to see what they do, what they pull off. I'm sure they'll pull it off really well, whatever they do. But as in right now, it's really difficult to put your finger on one superstar who he's going to feud with.
Sheamus.
Really, do you think Sheamus?
It's a shame to say that you lost your head.
That's the thing with fans don't like Sheamus again, so they're not
Oh,
really.
that guy might be returning. The Canadian dude.
Ah, yes. Let's not.
What's he called?
My friend.
What's his name for the listeners at home?
I know why. Well, actually, I was going to say that before. If you remember the WWE magazine, they said Dean Ambrose
Yep.
said in an interview his former partners, so they did kind of spoil that.
Yep.
But they also mentioned that Chris Jericho could be
Break the wall down.
There we go.
Break down the wall.
There we go.
I know what you got and want and what you want. Baby, you know the Judas and I'm the priest.
Wow.
Baby, what I got is not what I need.
So
Step in the arena and the range of the beast.
would you?
Step in the arena and break the wall.
I'm not getting anywhere
Break
here.
the wall down.
Honestly, that's not a bad shot. If you actually meant Chris Jericho.
I did, yes, I did.
I think
Jericho would put over Bray, but I think he'll be part of the
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank, or even if he's not a part of it, he'll take Cena out of it, and then they'll have one more match at SummerSlam.
Yeah. But again, interesting to see. And if
Predictions.
yeah, if who do you guys think is going to be? Whatever it is, please let us know. I think now the best one will be Twitter. I can just interact with you right there and then, get the notifications. We're finally moving up in the technology world, Arif.
I'm gonna tweet Reza now.
We're going to tweet.
I'm gonna tweet Reza now. Okay, I've written it. Where do I send it?
At TME Podcast.
Is that an address or?
That is our Twitter handle.
Okay.
I think
I'll put it in the post box after.
Yeah, that's fine.
After the show,
That's
and
fine.
then you'll probably get. Okay. Awesome.
Back to the news. As of this past week, Ric Flair is still not cleared to return to WWE TV as a regular character. Flair hasn't had his medical tests yet, so if the feeling is that he might not pass it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, at his age anyway. But yeah, the WWE require all the talent to pass this test before working a regular for the WWE. Rusev, as we were talking about quite a lot, the furious flag-waving, medal-wearing
Budria.
super
Machka.
athlete.
Okay.
He is being pushed, like they're using the template of Umaga.
Oh,
So interesting to see how that one works out.
nice.
But yeah, I was interested. Like, okay,
That would be very, very cool.
Brian Alvarez from the Wrestling Observer Radio, he noted that Stephanie absolutely hates CM Punk. So it didn't come as a surprise when she acknowledged the Punk chance during the segment with herself rebelling Daniel Bryan at Payback. Basically, Stephanie said the fans want Daniel Bryan to quit the same way CM Punk did. I was told that the lines were completely ad-libbed, all that, about CM Punk.
That makes sense.
And she was more than happy to rip on Punk in his hometown. If CM Punk ever returns to WWE, at this point it doesn't look likely he will, at least not anytime soon, then it would all fall on Vince McMahon, because if Triple H and Stephanie have their way, Punk will not be in the company, I can tell you that right now. But yeah, if you missed Raw and you missed Seth Rollins' heel turn on Monday night after the match...
Shame on you.
Yeah. What I was going to say is that after the match, when cameras went off air, they just stayed in the ring and they stood over Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, and they just, said well done to Seth Rollins. Nothing else. There was nothing major. But back to the article run about WWE Magazine, Dean Ambrose said he split, his former partners Roman Reigns and Rollins. So it looks like they changed their mind and went with Seth Rollins instead. So I think the plan right now is to have Ambrose and Reigns eventually. It could be really early, it could be really late, I don't know. But the plan is to have them fight as single stars. So it is likely that the magazine is really accurate. If they
See, I would have actually rather have the Ambrose Evolution thing, because I think Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns made the most sense.
As they were the team, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I think this is better for Seth Rollins because
Yes, of course.
Seth Rollins had the question mark was Dean Ambrose going to be a success anyway, whatever
I
happens
agree.
with him. Seth
I
Rollins
agree.
was the question. As talented as he is, that was a question mark. But now with Evolution, I think, yeah, okay, fair enough. He's going to be a success.
Why was there a question mark? Is it just because of his size?
I
Or
think it's because nobody expected Roman Reigns to be this big because it was all Seth Rollins and Ambrose on NXT. That's why Rollins was the NXT champion because, okay, this guy's going to
right,
be huge.
okay.
Roman Reigns was just a muscle. The guy can't talk. The guy no one will like. The universe just adore him as soon as they saw him.
Because the
Rightfully
spear.
so, yeah.
Spear makes a big difference.
Exactly.
Finisher makes a big difference.
His moveset is pretty good, I'll tell you that. It
Yes.
is.
Oh, that dropkick from the outside, how
Yeah.
innovative is that's amazing.
Exactly, the Superman punch looks so real. The spear is
Yep.
one of the best I've seen. So obviously it's right that the fans love Roman Reigns,
He's
but
got the good look. He's got a good look
Yeah.
as well. He looks like he could be a huge star, a huge champion.
it was unfair that Seth Rollins was pushed to the back. But this move is good for him. So
Yeah.
all three, as we mentioned in the previous segment, they're gonna work. Batista quit on Monday's Raw. Obviously, he's not quit unless you actually believe that. He's going to be taking some time off during his
He's
hiatus.
got to go save the galaxy, Razor.
Exactly, he's one of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Drax the Destroyer. He's doing some additional movie work with the Kickboxer remake, I think it is. And yeah, he's expected
Box
back.
kicker.
Yeah, could be Box Kicker, I have no idea. He could be back around SummerSlam time. Evan Bourne, he's been cleared to return to the ring for several weeks now. Obviously, as we know, it's a case of creative handling for him. Before we decided to repackage Tyson Kidd with a mask gimmick, there was talk of pairing the two together. I doubt he'll put a mask on Evan Bourne as well. I don't know who this person is. I'm sorry if Carter Seaton, I think his name is. He sent WZR online not the following because you can't see it, some photos. These photos were of the pre-Raw script for Monday Night Raw in Indianapolis. He claims he found it on the floor, which is, I have no idea how he found it on the floor. But yeah, that's what happened several months ago with Raw script as well. If you do want to check out the photos, this is your cheap plug. Check out our Twitter at TME Podcast. I've uploaded the photos on there. It saves me putting a link in and directing you to somewhere else on the YouTube page or whatever you're listening. Even more difficult if you're listening on iTunes. Seth Rollins turned on Dean Ambrose.
And even more difficult if you're not listening.
Exactly, then you can have some trouble finding you, aren't you?
Definitely.
Seth Rollins' turn on Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns reportedly was planned for about 4 weeks now. That means that the decision was made either right before or right after the Shield beat Evolution at Extreme Rules. Finally, the updated Money in the Bank card. Daniel Bryan versus Kane in a WWE World Heavyweight Championship stretcher match. Money in the Bank at the minute, only Alberto Del Rio. I must say, if Daniel Bryan cannot compete by Money in the Bank or at Money in the Bank, the match will be for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This isn't storyline. This is genuine. If Bryan can't compete, then the titles will be on the line. It's as simple as that.
But then surely the fact that we're waiting till Money in the Bank to possibly take the titles off him means that he could be ready to compete maybe a week afterwards, which is just silly.
Who knows?
Take the titles off him now, WWE. Take them off him now.
But yeah, that's all the news I have for today. Thank you for listening. If you do have some news of your own, please do let us know. We will research on it, the credibility of it, and mention it. And obviously, for more breaking news on the go, visit TME Podcast on Twitter. Hit that follow button, and you will get every single tweet I or Arif or Imran send.
Yep.
And I think with a long show like that, obviously this is a review show. Review shows are always long. I think it's a good time to come to an end.
Definitely. Thank you very much for listening, ladies and gentlemen.
Obviously, we'll be back next week, I think, with some more Money in the Bank discussions, I think, of who could be in it, things like that. Obviously, more news, obviously the reviews as well. Monday Night Raw next week is going to be one not to miss, purely for Seth Rollins. So once again, thank you for listening. Please do like, subscribe, recommend, share, download, comment, everything, anything you can think of. Please do it. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. We certainly did. Arif, I'll see you next week.
Definitely. I'm sure Imran says goodbye as well. He's just had to pop away for a little bit. But
and that's all we have for you this week. We'll be back next week with the Minute Man Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Goodbye.